Friends, family, Olami staff, and esteemed guests. This feels really crazy. Do you know that feeling when you realize something has come full circle? Well, I think tonight is one of those moments for me. It feels like it was just yesterday, spring of 2021. People were finally starting to come out of their quarantine caves, and just as most people throughout COVID, I went through some major life changes. I had to make some tough decisions and had lots of unanswered questions. Now that I've really seen how life can change in an instant, am I using my time wisely? Is my job right or are my relationships serving me? What is my purpose? Nothing was scarier than realizing that I had to start from scratch, but I had no other choice. Not too long after making my way back up to New York, I remember there was an Israel rally happening in Times Square. Nothing new. And of course, I wanted to attend. I had nobody to go with, but my sister told me that I should meet up with some of her friends there. And after the rally, they all said, "We're going to Mayor. Want to come?" Hesitant, but also eager to be social again, I said yes. Plus, I wanted to know who this Mayor guy was. Through the doors of the center, I walked blindly. I didn't really know anyone and had no idea what to expect. To be honest, it's been 3 years, and the rest of that day is a bit of a blur. But obviously, I had a good enough time to make me want to come back. My attendance started off pretty rocky. A few tapestries here, some Shabbat dinners over there, but no major commitment. I don't even think Rabbi Lynn knew who I was until last summer. I had already been working as a Jewish professional for a few years, so you would have thought that after a long day of combating anti Semitism with college students and sifting through birthright applications, that I would be too tired to sit through a lecture or a Torah class. And on some days that was true, but over time I realized that there was something special about this place. Olami was there. Olami was where I went after a long day, not really to rest or to relax, because sometimes we could get a little crazy, but to recharge my soul. People would ask me what I like to do for fun, and I would say, this. I started making more friends, having fun, and most importantly, feeling inspired to re explore my Jewish identity. Now, I grew up a traditional Sephardi girl, so I'm not the easiest to persuade, and I was comfortable with who I was. But over time, things started to change, and I found myself making more conscious decisions. Choosing to go to Shabbat dinners instead of a party, one-on-one learning, little things. But for the first time, I was questioning whether or not my everyday mundane actions were serving Hashem. These things that I once had no interest in started to bring me joy. I woke up one Thursday and decided, I'm going to keep Shabbat this week. I really don't know what came over me, but my only guess is that it was some kind of divine intervention. I did everything I needed to set myself up for success, made plans with a friend, had our meals planned out. I even went to shul. I truly had no game plan for what I was going to do the week after that. But luckily, I didn't need one. Hashem had already had one for me. After just a few weekends of beautiful meals, new friends, and meaningful conversations, I said to myself, how did I miss out on this my whole life? And why didn't I start sooner? I realized this was the change I needed. I remember how excited I was with each week that passed and celebrating this new chapter with all of my friends and the staff at Olami. I went from being the girl who said she would never keep Shabbat to the girl who counts down the days till next Friday as soon as Havdalah ends and makes an almost Shabbat post every week on Instagram. As you guys know, making Shabbat plans can be stressful. Who's going to cook this week and where am I going to sleep? We have to walk how many blocks to their house? It became overwhelming, but Olami had my back. If I didn't have anywhere to go, they would phone a friend or have me over themselves. I can't even count the amount of times they've hosted me. So many hours spent together without our phones or the worries of the work week, just learning and laughing together. We became a family. From simply learning once a week to celebrating milestones together. Shout out Rabbi Mendy and Gittel for hosting my birthday Shabbat. The Upper East Side misses you guys. And Rabbi Lynn for hosting my Shabbat anniversary, Shabbaton in Philly. Those are moments I will always cherish. And with all the support in the world from my friends in this organization, I have proudly been keeping Shabbat for almost 2 years. Now, there's a lot more to my Olami experience than just going through this spiritual awakening. and they've done more than just give me free food. On top of Yom Ha'atzmaut parties, Hanukkah celebrations, and Megillah readings featuring Rabbi Bachman's giant wine glass, I've had unforgettable experiences outside of the city as well. Last summer, I was given the opportunity to attend seminary in Israel, followed by an unforgettable trip to South Africa, where I learned with new friends and saw Hashem's creations in their most natural form. A few months ago, we took over a haunted hotel. I mean, Rabbi Kenny's childhood vacation spot, and went skiing in the Berkshires. And when I wasn't taking advantage of every travel opportunity I was given, you could find me working check-in at the center, peeking my head into Faggy's Instagram lives at Ignite, meeting with my mentor, Sharon Haberman, or working my night shift as DJ Dasi at Tapestry after parties. Still waiting for you to put me on the payroll, Rabbi Blochman. I'm just kidding. Seriously, guys, I don't actually work for Olami. I know that there are so many more precious moments that I am missing, but if I told all of them, we'd probably be sleeping here tonight. If you're a regular at Olami, then I think you get what I'm trying to say. But if you're new or have never been, I hope that my speech so far has intrigued you enough to come and create some memories of your own. Now, I'll leave the lengthy Dvar Torahs to the rabbis in the room, but I wanted to share a thought with you all that I believe sums up this place perfectly. Just the other week in Parshat Bamidbar, we learned that each of the 12 tribes had its own flag. We also know that they only received their flags after a year once the Mishkan was built. But why did it take so long for them to receive their flags? Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky answers this by asking, what does a flag signify? He says every flag had different colors and emblems, thus expressing each tribe's individuality. It was only at the completion of the Mishkan which brought all of this individuality into one cohesive unit. My friends, Olami has been our Mishkan. With open arms, they've taken a group of individuals with different Jewish backgrounds, hobbies, strengths, paths, and molded us into one collective. Olami has united each of our individual banners to create a unified people. If there's one thing I've learned since October 7th, it's that all of the uncertainty that the Jewish people face, there is one thing that can never be stripped from us: our community. Regardless of background or where you are on your journey, Olami shows up for their students in such selfless ways and provides them with the tools to become educated and proud Jewish adults. Remember earlier when I said that tonight was one of those full circle moments? It's about to end, so forgive me if I get a little bit sappy. I guess where I wanted to go with that was that life is going to take us upside down and backwards before we finally get to where we need to be. The journey might be painful and confusing for a period of time that feels like forever, but when that full circle moment hits, you realize how important those uncertain times were to the process, and it'll all make sense in the end. Right before I joined Olami was the last time I had one of these moments, but now I realize that that time wasn't the big moment at all. Tonight is. And I thank Hashem every day for making sure that no matter how many crazy turns I took, the road led me to Olami. I want to give everyone here a bracha that we should always be blessed with open minds and hearts so that we can truly emulate what it means to be Olami. To love our fellow neighbors, help each other when they are in need, and to accept new opportunities when they come our way. We should always have the strength to stand tall and proud in the face of baseless hatred, and Hashem should always protect us through each of our journeys as we navigate this gift of life. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. To my friends and family who took the time to be here, even fly in to celebrate. Olami's generous supporters, thank you. And most importantly, the entire staff, old and new. The events team, the educators, support staff, the Olami global staff that are here with us tonight, and of course, my boy Tom. Every single one of you has made a significant impact on my journey. Thank you all for creating the warmest, most unique, and most fun hub for young Jews in New York City. I truly believe that as long as Olami is around, the future of young Jewish professional community here is in good hands. Mazal Tov to Avi and Ilana on your award, and thank you so much, Olami, for this incredible honor. Here's to celebrating many more smachot together. Thank you.